The Spiel Canal, yet another gaming channel with no budget for animation or even a catchy tune.
Yeah. Hello, welcome to cycle 1 of phase 3.
The
takeover
phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The seizing other people's stuff phase. So I hope people enjoyed their downtime. I think people didn't really play too much. They sort of took a break from it, apart from maybe a couple of little games going on. But
I think there's maybe 1 or 2 games.
Yeah.
But most people have, taken the opportunity to not play.
Not play with my stupidly restrictive rules.
And my crazy scenarios that I put a lot of time and effort into.
You put so much time and effort into those.
Hours.
We spoke about them.
Yeah.
Been playing them since
I was
the beginning.
up until 4 in the morning getting them ready.
They should have looked better then.
What
time did you start? Did you start at 3?
3:45 in the morning. Yeah.
Cool. So so now we start in the takeover phase. I will not be pairing people up. It's for people to challenge.
Yeah.
You can challenge somebody for a territory they've got, or you can fight over a territory that's not been claimed.
And the challenges start from the bottom up, yeah?
Challenges start from the bottom up, so
from a gang rating.
Yeah. So we'll be still getting the gang ratings each cycle, and then the people at the lowest gang rating, they get the priority for challenges, and they'll still be benefiting from underdog and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, all the nonsense. Yeah.
All the nonsense which they need. They should have spent their credits. They had extra 250 credits for the downtime. Hopefully they've any fighters they had in recovery would all come out. Any prisoners would be exchanged. And
what did you spend your money on?
I just spent it on like crappy things like grenades and.
You haven't done it, have you?
I've got like ideas of what I want to do, but I've not really. I put it all into Munda Manager, but I wasn't planning. I've already got like 13 gangers. And
you don't really need any more.
I don't need more gangers, and I already had a ton of credits, so I have so I've just spent it on just making some other gangers that are obviously not that tough, but are ridiculously valuable. A massive
because you can buy house gear with it, can't you? But you can't buy trading post gear. Is that right?
Can't remember.
I haven't done it yet, so I need to find out what I'm going to do because the book is all over there and I haven't read it. So.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you're bounty hunters. I'm sure you'll be fine. Just spend loads of money on their bits and pieces.
Yeah, I don't really need any more people though.
No, not all. And I think there's so few scenarios where you need to bring like a massive group. I mean, okay, but to be fair, the 2 that I'm going to talk about for this cycle, you can bring a larger group, but
some of them are smaller, aren't they?
Yeah, you don't need to. I think apart from that, I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to bring to people's attention.
Well, there's only 3 phases of this cycle, or 3 cycles of this phase, whichever way round it is.
It's the same as the first one.
So we're past the halfway point. Yeah, it's nearly over.
Yeah.
It's about time you started pulling your weight.
Yes.
If you're near the bottom, or if you're near the top, maybe put your feet up, get some of those lower scumbags to polish your shoes for you.
Yeah, it's going to be time for some surges from some lower rated gangs.
Yeah, are you going to bring in some boosts for people near the bottom after this round?
So I still need everybody's gang rating this week, just so then we can make sure it's fair on who gets the challenges. And also, the other thing I did was I asked people for their top kills, like their ganger that had the most kills. Roughly, and obviously not everyone's recorded that.
Me bounties, yeah, because I'm the bounty hunters.
Yeah.
So that I can go and hunt those people.
Well, you do get an extra boon out of it. So so there will be there'll be tiered bounties for if you take out of action those people, and the taking out of action is they still have to do their normal post battle things. So if you took someone out of action, you got a bounty, they could still end up being captured or whatever else. So you get to so it's going to be there'll be one fighter from each gang who has a bounty on them, and you get whatever their current their owner's estimated kill count for that times 10 credits.
That's quite a lot then.
Quite a lot. And if you have a lower gang rating than the person you're fighting, you get an extra 10% on top of that.
Is it rounded up to the nearest 5?
Rounded up to the nearest 5. Always rounded up to the nearest 5.
Save the maths.
And if you kill them with a bounty hunter, you get another 10% on top as well, rounded up.
On top of any of the other bounty hunter
on top of whatever else it is. This is a separate thing. So
the bounty hunter rules are, or sort of Venator rules are, if you kill someone dead, if they get removed from their roster because they've died, you get half their value.
Okay, great.
So that would, but obviously you're saying your bounty is you don't actually have to kill them. You just have to take them out of action.
Just take them out of action, and that's all it is. It's a private bounty being offered out by a guild. Separate from the long arm of the law. Now, people might think, oh, that's not fair. Jim has loads of bounty hunters. Well, everybody by this point will have enough rep that if they want to bring a bounty hunter into their gang, they could.
And if they're playing me and they've got a considerably lower gang rating, they'll be able to buy a rent a hunter.
Rent a hunter, yeah.
Renter?
So yeah, there is a there is a underdog bonus where you can hire a bounty hunter, and it's the cost of it is as stated in the rule books. So if you're enough credits
you get
down,
a special one, you get whatever the cost of that is.
So it's worth doing. I don't know if it's worth doing if you are one of the higher people in it, like higher up, because you're not going to get the extra bonuses.
You want to use your...
You'd have to use your gang credits to hire the person, and if the bounty hunter isn't the one that kills them, you don't get the 10% bonus. It has to be the bounty hunter's the one that takes them out of action.
But obviously, if you take out, like, for example, my leader in my gang is the one who's killed the most people. He's worth quite a lot because I had to spend... Well, I had to add 140 to his rating because he had 2 spinal injuries. So he is overpriced for what he is by 140 credits. So you're straight away getting another 7. No, what did you say? Half? What did you say? How much of it do you get? All of it?
No. So how many people has he killed?
Oh yeah, it's the number of people he's killed. I can't remember now. I've put it whatever I told you. What did I tell you?
7 or something like that.
It was like 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 12 or 15.
I think
it's quite a few.
It's quite a few. Yeah.
I had it written down on a piece of paper.
So taking that person out of action, regardless of anything else that happens, that would be like 80 credits. And then if you have a lower gang rating, then you'd get like 90 credits. And if you did it with a bounty hunter, you would get 100 credits. So, and if you're the underdog and you're getting that bounty hunter for free, it's a nice little 100 credit boost.
But if you come up against me and you try and take down my leader with a bounty hunter, I'm going to kill that bounty hunter.
That's all right. It's not part of their gang. They don't care.
Yeah, but they've wasted all that. Like, they could have had other stuff.
Maybe.
In fact, I might hire them as part of my gang instead.
So you'll take out the bounty hunter and then hire them.
Yeah, just so
if you play Jim and you bring a bounty hunter, you have to name them so that he can bring a new bounty hunter to his gang and give them the same name.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, and I'll show you how to use them properly because I'm a pro.
Okay, cool. Well, let's get on with the scenarios then.
Special scenarios for this round.
Special scenarios.
That's new.
So there's 2 scenarios. First one is called Toll Bridge. Yep. It would be your sort of standard setup of 9 tiles. So you would set up 3 on one side with your standard tiles and walls and structures, and 3 you'd leave a gap in the middle and then do another 3. They would be standard, and then the 3 in the middle are a toxic river, which has a toll bridge going across it. 1 toll bridge, which would go across the middle.
To cross?
Well, whoever owns it then gets to reward from the toll bridge. So at the moment,
It's a post-game bonus.
no. You get at the end of the scenario. You don't get to keep it forever. It's fine.
Oh, right.
It's just for this. So I mean, I guess whoever was on the toll bridge before got thrown off and died, so now no one's claiming it because it's glitchy. The toll bridge is glitchy.
Yeah, maybe some goats crossed it and dealt with the guy underneath.
So should we show people an example of the sort of tiles? We've got some bad zone tiles at the bunker,
I'm ready.
which can be used.
Hang on, this is going to be hard day.
That's what she said.
We've got to try and line these up.
So you can use these, obviously. It's not compulsory, but they show a nice gap going across.
They do line up, and the light shouldn't be too bad on them. There's a bit reflective if we do it that way, see?
Yeah.
But can you see the bit in the middle has a bridge?
Yeah, so just put
We've got some random terrain pieces.
like walkways and stuff like that. So the middle tile one, it shows you an example. So the bridge is it just goes across the middle.
We did a terrible job of lining that up.
Did we?
Yeah.
I'll edit it
You had
and
that
rotate.
one upside down. Let's do it again. Right, that's it, like that.
Okay.
There you go, guys.
25% of our video is us holding tiles up to the camera.
4. Yeah, like that. Cool. You should see what we do for the next scenario.
It's gonna get messy. So the toll bridge, it crosses the river. For the first 2 rounds, it just stays there, and then from the end of round 3 afterwards, it has a chance of pivoting left or right, 90 degrees. If you are on the toll bridge when it pivots, if it is still connected to each side of the river, you get thrown to whichever side you're closest on. If it is already not joined up to either side of the river and it pivots, you have to do an initiative check, and if you fail, you get thrown in the river. The rules for the game is if you ever get thrown into the river, fall off an edge or something like that, you're straight out of action. If you're in the toxic river, out of action.
Oh.
Yeah, vicious.
That's horrible.
It is horrible. So there's a couple of extra rules people can play with. We'll let people decide if they want to. You can have debris, flotsam and jetsam in the river that gangers can try to use to cross over to get to the other side. Maybe you want to get over the other side to bring the pain to your opponent. If they end on a piece of their movement on a piece of flotsam or jetsam, they have to do an initiative check. If they fail, in the river.
And then they're dead.
And then they're out of action. Yep. Moving between the jetsam and flotsam will be the same standard rules if you're trying to move across a gap in Necromunda and it's bigger than your base. You'd have to do a check if the gap you've left is bigger. That's one of the extra rules. The other extra rule is you can have makeshift boats, and you do a intelligence check to see if you're smart enough to row.
No.
And
is it 1 stick or 2? Because
no, it's an initiative check. Sorry, it's not an intelligence check.
Oh,
an intelligence check's on the next scenario. Ignore that. Delete.
I'm going to leave it in.
I'm going to leave it in. Yeah. It's an initiative check. If you fail the initiative check, it capsizes you go in the river. If it passes, you get to move the boat equal to your strength across the river.
Oh.
So not even fully across.
My rattlings would go 2 inches.
Yeah, 2 inches. Yeah.
Let's just see how much. There's areas of this that are 2 inches.
Yeah. So
but you could probably just jump it instead.
You could try. What's their movement on a rattling?
Well, it's an initiative test either way, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you don't have the movement to make the distance, then even if you're doing an
4 or
initiative
5.
check, okay, well you'll probably be all right. Probably be all right. So the winning of the scenario is you have to be within, what distance did we say of the boat, the middle of the bridge?
12, you said.
12. You have to have you have to have fighters within 12 inches of the centre of the bridge. So you can still be on your tile on your side of the river and be within 12. Mm-hmm. If you fail to do that by the end of turn 3, and your opponent has, they win straight away. Or otherwise, it is just whoever bottles out, and then whoever has people raining at the end, they win.
This sounds like a horrific scenario.
It could be.
Like, get up close and get ruined.
Yeah,
wrecked.
And enjoy the boat. Enjoy the boat spinning. Reward for the winner. I've got it on a sheet. I'm going to turn it over. I can see. If you win, you get 3d6.
2 sides to that piece of paper.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I know. It's amazing what printers can do nowadays. If you win, you get 3d6 times 10 credits. Plus usual XP and rep bonuses and stuff like that.
That's okay.
It's not too bad, yeah. If you lose, you get nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Just wanted to make that clear.
Well, from a credit point of view.
Yeah.
There's other stuff on there. XP and rep and stuff.
I said that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you said that.
It's on the recording. Okay, second scenario.
I pay attention.
Manufactorum Raid.
Say that again?
Manufactorum Raid. Manufactorum Raid.
Okay.
No.
And scene.
So Manufactorum Raid is an attacker-defender scenario. You have your standard 9-tile setup. The defender picks one side. The attacker picks one side that they're going to deploy from. They then have to put 3 markers in the defender's area. There are some rules about where those markers can be. It'll be on a scenario sheet. I'm not going to go into too much detail on it. They put 3 markers down. Those are the places where they are trying to plant bombs.
Bombs, you say?
Bombs.
Explosives.
Ba-boom.
Frag, crack, melter.
These are. I mean, I think that they don't.
Are they blasting charges?
I think. Well, they haven't got any AP, but they are strength 6. So I think blasting charges.
Demolition
and
charge.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a 5-inch blast template.
It's a scenario bomb.
It's a scenario bomb. So those 3 markers to plant the bomb is a double action. So you'd need to get there, and on your following activation, you'd plant the bomb. Mm-hmm. So to defuse the bomb is also a double action. So you'd need to get there, double action to defuse the bomb. Mm-hmm. When you set a bomb, you put a dice with the 1 pip showing, and at the end of the turn, you roll a d6 for each bomb. On a 1 to 6, that pip increases. If you roll. That's a lie.
On a 1
to 5, the pip would increase.
On a 1 to 6?
On a 1 to 5, the pip would increase.
Yeah.
If you roll a 6, it would explode because it is whatever you roll plus the number of pips on the dice.
So if you roll a 5, it blows up?
In the first turn, it wouldn't because you need to roll. You want a count of 7. So 1 to 5.
On a 7, it blows up?
Yeah, on a 7, it blows up. Yeah.
We've got to get this in now so you know what to write down, yeah? So if it's got 2 pips on it, then you roll a 5 or a 6, it explodes.
Yeah, and if you roll 1 to 4, it would go up to 3 pips.
Up to 3 pips.
Yeah. Once it's exploded, that's it. That one's done. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if you defuse it, the attacker has to get to it and do the action again to rearm it. When you try to disarm it, this is where you check intelligence. If you pass, you disarm it. If you fail, nothing happens. If you roll a double, it explodes. You cut the wrong wire.
Even if you disarm it? If you disarm it, but roll a double, it explodes?
It just explodes, yeah. So it's not disarmed, is it? Well, it's disarmed by exploding it, I guess.
It's only got red wires.
So don't send any colourblind gangers to try and do it.
Or anyone you care about.
Or anyone with really poor intelligence.
Or...
Well, no, like if you fail the intelligence, it's not necessarily going to explode.
No,
it's just if you roll a double, yeah. It doesn't really matter what your
what's the
intelligence
chances of rolling a double on 2 dice? Put it in the comments below.
If you really don't want it to happen, there's a 50-50 chance it will happen.
There's more than 50-50 if you don't want it.
There is the rule of having equipment functional, which is in the rule book about having terrain that can harm people if they're near it when it activates.
Like a table saw or a...
or like a little crane or something like that. Usually in those rules, those things activate on a 6, but in this scenario, they activate on a 3.
Ooh! That's a D6 roll?
It's a D6 roll, and on a 3 it activates.
Wow, that's a big difference.
I will put a link to the rules covering that sort of terrain, but like I say, it's optional if you want to have it in there.
And is that in the core rules?
I think it's in the core rule book, but I will confirm.
It's on page of the book, and you're going to voice over that, yeah?
Yeah, or just put some text in. And I'm going to have to cut all this out because there's motorbikes anyway.
Or is it
seagulls? Seagulls with helicopters. So attackers have a gang, any size they want, attack force they want. They just start in their deployment. Defenders start with D3 plus 5, and then the rest of their gang start coming in as reinforcements. Rules for that on the scenario. The rewards for this one are gangs get 2d6 times 10 credits for each point they either defended or managed to successfully blow up.
Did you say how long the game goes on for?
This game goes on for until either all 3 bombs are exploded or 1 gang flees.
Okay. Hard defence then.
Hard defence. Do you think we should put a limit on it, or no? Don't worry about it. People, the game's end eventually.
We should limit it at 9 rounds.
9 rounds. Okay,
that's quite a lot, isn't it?
It is quite a lot. Yeah, I guess you've got so many fighters in there. 9 rounds is quite a few. Although it's going to take you. It's probably going to take you like 2 or 3 rounds to get to where you've got to plant the bomb. You know what? Yeah. We'll put a soft in there of 9 rounds, but if you want to make it last longer because you're having such a good time with your opponent, then you can. But if you don't really like your opponent, you can say, "Oh, they said 9 rounds."
How about if after 9 rounds none of the bombs have gone off, it ends. And if some of the bombs have gone off, you keep going.
How about, like what you're saying, building on it? Right, it's 9 rounds.
9.
And then for each bomb you explode, it adds a round.
Oh, yeah, I like that. So it's potentially 12 rounds.
Potentially.
But you would have won anyway, so...
Yeah.
Because all 3 bombs...
11 rounds.
So it's 11 rounds, really.
11 yeah. Okay, there you go.
Squeeze in an explosion on round 9, you might be able to do it.
Yes. But you would need to have it down, and they would need to. You'd need to roll the right number at the end.
That's the other thing. The bombs could be armed, but they might not be exploding. So, we've got a friend, a little floating, flying friend. You probably can't see it on camera. Oh, Sean just ate it.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I've got indigestion now.
So victory is blowing up bombs? Or?
Blowing up the bombs. If you blow up the 3 bombs, you just succeed. If you don't manage to blow up the 3 bombs, or you run away, you lose.
Cool.
And then the reward is the credits and plus XP and rep.
Excellent.
As per normal. Again, as that extra little side hustle, keep an eye out for taking out that wanted dead or alive person.
Oh, so is that for the whole of this phase then? The cycle?
The whole of this phase.
Cycle phase?
And
cycle.
So I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to schedule in games, but I do want people to, we're going to take the estimated numbers that they gave me at the end of the last cycle, of the last phase for their wanted dead or alive value, but I want them to mark it up as they increase their kills.
Keep a track of it for the rest of the campaign, yeah?
Yeah, okay. So that the really killy people are worth more and more money.
Yeah.
Because I think that there's some people...
Gives you a reason to go after them.
Yeah. I think that there's... you've got some people, obviously, they've invested a lot in some fighters, which I've done the same. I've got Stabby McStabson. He's got a lot of equipment for just a regular ganger. And people become afraid of trying to take them out. Or they're like, oh, I want to avoid this ganger because they're a pain. But, if you're in a scenario where, it's not going well for you... a chance of getting,
But you could get more credits than they get for winning. You literally take that leader out, or whoever, not leader, but that bounty out, and go, cool, I've got my money, I'm going to leave now. And okay, you're not getting any of the other benefits, but you might end up, like you said, with 90, 100 credits. I'm pretty sure that one of the characters out there, a Death Maiden, is over 10.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think that one is. I'm not sure if is he the highest.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Okay.
We've got like 5 or 6 kills in its last game. So, but yeah, you think that's over 100 credits?
Yes, just for taking out that one person. So and then plus another 10% because you're probably going to have a lower gang rating.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, yummy. But that's everything. Is there anything else that you wanted to cover?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, so we'll do another video for cycle 5. What is it? Phases? Cycle.
Phase 3, cycle 2.
Phase 2, cycle 3.
No, phase 2 is downtime. Phase 3 is where we are in the takeover. Takeover!
The 5th week of play. Can't even get it right. We'll see you in the next video.
Fifth week, yeah, but we're doing it every 2 weeks, so it's not even the 5th week. It's like the 10th week.
No, it's the
Oh, we couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery.
I reckon I could try really hard though.
Yeah, but I don't know if it would work.
No.
Okay, so yeah, that's everything. If you have any questions, comment on video. If you have any suggestions, if you just want to sing praise, then do so. And if you want to purchase anything Necromunda based, then go to Jim's website. This is the place. It's this company.
Yeah,
You just
left nipple.
You rotated so I touched your nipple.
I was trying to get it in shot better.
Yeah.
But my nipple was like, yeah, you got to go further over to get to the nipple.
I knew you loved to dance last time. I knew it. So much so that you mimicked it at the end.
See you next time.
That's it. Thank you. Till next time. Bye. Hive scummers.